of racks up there, and he's making more tanks. Here he decides to maybe push out a little bit. He's got his 2 ghosts with darn near full energy, and seeing as how EMP takes 75, by the time they get up here, even if they start now, it'll be really, really good for him. Now I see that he has the watchtower. I don't really care because I have my observer. Observers all over the map. You see, this one is finally doing it, patrolling over the back corner just to keep things, you know, as predictable as possible for me. My observer is over here, and when he does decide to push out, I'll be able to hit him a little bit. Now I am sending a little more than half my probes down there, and I'm continuing to make both here, and you'll notice that I don't have anything hotkeyed because again, I'm a noob. Eventually I think I might, but I don't at the moment. I should have gotten charge lots at this point, even though I only have 3. They would have been really, really useful. Observers, again, going all across the map. I have a whopping 3 of them, but they are performing essential duties, scouting-wise and defensively. So right here, I'm just going to go back into his base. I'm going to avoid the missile turret that I already know is there, and I think I'm just going to wait at the corner? No, there we go. This is getting positioned for my blink stalkers, because I can blink from here to here really easily. And now he's going to start building his command center to float over to his natural. And he's going to be pushing out with 5 tanks, and it looks like maybe 8 or 9 Marines and 2 ghosts. I see that with my awesome observer that I have floating around here, and I'm able to start to preempt that. Realistically, I should have waited till he got to the choke and blinked my stalkers back behind him while my zealots took the brunt, but I didn't. I blink in there, destroy. I should have destroyed his ghost. I didn't see him there. So he's going to come and EMP, and he's going to EMP again in the same spot, but he does get most of them. But I'm quickly able to mop this up. Bad use of a force field, but that's the next thing I'm going to work on. Had I had charge lots, this ghost might have been dead, but at the moment he will survive, and I'm going to be warping in more units from my piddly 4 warp gates when I have so much money to build more. And here's why I said I'd regret that placement of the Robo Bay. Look at that. I don't think my stalkers can get out. I mean, Colossi can get out, even if I were to build them. I was about to, because I did get a Robo Bay, but I didn't. So here comes... I was joking, because I almost still get that ghost, but charge would have been great, so I can get him out of the way. Now I'm going to blink, and I do remember to send a little waypoint afterwards, so I get to blink in his base. It forces him to say damn first, and then react with his units. I am able to kill the armory, which just gave me basically access to his SCVs. Now here's something questionable. He builds an auto turret instead of a point defense turret. I don't know if he knows this, but I fail blinking them out. But I wanted to disrupt him as much as possible. He finally realizes he has his command center. He does save most of his SCVs, and I'm able to kind of blink out, and that's a great harass, because this is actually going to go down as well. It forced him to pull his units back, even though he has 2 Marines with 2 bunkers, and one kind of lounging in the desert oasis' sun. Meanwhile, this observer decides to stay back there. Again, one of my enduring problems seems to be rally points. I don't actually do the arduous task of right-clicking on a mineral to prevent me from having useless drones. But I'm continuing to get more stalkers and more stalkers and more stalkers. I still have a ton of minerals, so I could have built more warp gates than this. Meanwhile, I see his expansion with those damned observers. He does not like them so much. In fact, I realized that he's probably going to be... I did see, I believe, these bunkers up there at some point. Maybe with the zealot that sacrificed his life for a useless task of trying to kill that ghost. But he realizes that there's an observer over here, so he brings his raven. I deftly move the observer out of the way. Meanwhile, I have these stalkers set to completely rape these his expansion, and they're kind of going back and going for it. I was hoping that he didn't have siege and didn't have the wherewithal to put his tanks, on the ridge to block this small choke. That's something I should probably start doing. In fact, it seems like most people like to use this as opposed to the way around. So I kill those, and I'm able to kind of blink. I don't even blink, I just kind of walk these spider-legged freaks up there and kind of do things that way. Now I retreat, but I think better of it because he's probably not gas. He could have done some pretty good damage. See, that's the power of blink. It allowed me to kill all these units. Meanwhile, I have so much money in the bank that it's ridiculous. Now here, I fail a little bit, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a work in progress. Blinking is always good fun. It makes so much sense. You can blink in range, and he's saying he likes what I did there. I don't know what people have been playing, but stalkers are incredibly useful. Had he had siege mode, or had I seen siege mode on his tanks, I would have definitely gotten immortals, and I would have had to kill, maybe this pylon or something to get out, because as it stands, I might be able to run through there, maybe. But he's complimenting me on my play, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm working on stalkers, but that's something you can do is kind of skirt these little crevasses and get to where you're going a little bit quicker, faster, and you can do it to harass, basically, because unless you completely supply depot the edge, then you're pretty much done, in which case that observer can just take out the supply depots pretty easily if it gives vision. And that's pretty much it. I'll be working on my play a little bit better to make sure I don't have this 3,000 minerals and 1,600 gas out in the future. But for now, it worked fairly well. And thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like it. I can promise you that I do have a couple ridiculous games coming up that were maybe patch 9, patch 10, but I'll save those for when the beta's down. Until then, I'll be casting some of my more recent games, and so I'll have to play a little bit to do that. So if you see me on, don't be afraid to say, "Hey, there's that idiot." I know you have horrible resource management, but you try to, do some nifty things. So, thanks for watching, and I'm JHancho signing off.